There is a question from Alicia looking at the L&D trends from many years now. What you think has not changed over time?
Changed over time,
Not
right?
not
What
changed
remains
over
the
time.
same? Well, a lot of my work is based off of the concept of microlearning. So I've been working in the
Mhm.
microlearning space since about 2016 or so.
Wow.
And uh, that has not changed. And so if you go way back, if I go back early in my L&D career, if you use the words like learning nuggets, learning bites, short bursts, if you've
Yep,
used
yep.
any of those terms, that means that you've used chunking and you have used microlearning, two different things, by the way, although I won't get on that soapbox right now. Chunking and microlearning, two different things. But both of those things have been around for longer than we give them credit for. And they both need to be used moving forward in order to ensure success of courses. So that would be one thing that I would say really hasn't changed. We've just put a sexier name on it. So microlearning is also performance support,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
so all of those things we've used in the past that we use now, but we can use them better now because we have better tools.
Okay, okay. One more last question we can take. So any strategies for creating training programs for Gen Z
The Gen
workforce?
Zs in the workforce. Excuse me. Uh, Here's my thought is that we go astray when we think we have to create certain training programs for millennials. We have to create certain training programs for boomers. We have to create certain training programs for Gen Zs. I would challenge you to think about just creating solid learning for people,
Mhm.
just for people. Because again, no one comes to work to fail.
Yep,
Everyone
yep.
wants to succeed. So what tools are you giving them? And so it goes back also to that learning in the workflow. Your Gen Zs, your millennials, maybe some boomers, but Gen Zs, millennials, nobody wants to sit in a classroom anymore. And no one wants to sit in front of a computer and take one more e-learning course.
Yep, yep.
Nobody wants to do that. So now your challenge is to create learning that is interesting and engaging and relevant and targeted and
Yep.
specific. So if you can do those things, you're going to reach every generation because Gen Zs, they want to be connected to. Everybody wants to be connected. Everybody wants to be brought into the conversation. So if you think about putting your training into ways that are more engaging for people, then you're going to see greater success,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
And here's the thing is people will say, well, how do I make people more interested? Well,
Yeah.
how about if you make your content more interesting, right? In
Yeah,
order for people to be interested, the content has to be interesting,
yeah, yeah. Makes sense.
right?
Makes sense.
Yeah. And so a lot of while sometimes it's easy to blame the generations, I say we have to look at ourselves and think about the content that we're putting
Yeah. Shannon, thank you so much. I think we are kind of at the limit that we have. So, and thank you very much for spending time with us. And we hope to see you again in Navigate 2023. Uh,
out.
and
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.